Hey everybody, it is Julie and I'm your Wednesday vlogger for the Back to Basics weight loss surgery channel. And today's question is if we were going to have a Back to Basics weight loss surgery school, what would be my required courses, what would I think would be required, and what would be some elective courses. And I think that's a really good question because I have long preached about the one thing that I think would be required is some type of exercise, and I don't really much care what anybody does for exercise as long as they're doing some kind of exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes. And I actually think a little bit more would be probably pretty good, but at least 3 times a week for 30 minutes, it's not that big a deal. Walking would even be included. I think that's necessary and vital for good weight loss surgery kind of thing. School, a required course. Another required course would be to figure out, it would be a course that would help you figure out what the best diet, and I don't mean diet as in like I'm going on a diet to lose a number of pounds and then I will go off of the diet. I mean a long-term eating plan. Some people end up, like my good friend Sally, end up doing a lot of more vegetable conscious kind of things like lentils and stuff like that. Other people get involved with eliminating sugar. Pam Walker has introduced me and several other people to Whole30. I think it depends on what works for you, but I do think that exploring how food affects your body and what works best for your body is important. So I would call it a nutrition or a diet kind of class. I'd much rather call it nutrition rather than diet, because diet sounds like you go on and off of it after a while, but this is something that you'd have to think of for the rest of your life. Another required course would be to explore what contributed to our becoming obese in the first place. And that's the mental game, and I think that that's really important. A lot of people overlook that. They think that that just focusing on what you eat and just focusing on the exercise will be enough, and on a lot of times you find that there's a lot of mental work that needs to be done, whether it's bad relationship you might be in, or stressful family situations, disabled children, for example, what have you. Whatever it is, stressful job, we could just go on and on and on. A lot of times food becomes the crutch, and the required course is to understand what are your triggers, what are your emotional triggers that triggered you to go to food to deal with the stress or anxiety in your life. Another required course, I think that it is very important, and I think it would be a required course to have some kind of group, I don't want to call it group therapy, but for lack of a better term, I think that group work, I'll call it group work, is good. Because a lot like making these videos, or sometimes the smaller, like Back2Basics Facebook book group, or the smaller kind of spin-off groups, the Transformation Academy group, served a purpose in motivating and giving each other pushes and support where it's needed. I think that this journey is not a journey that you do by yourself. And even though each person's journey is a solo journey, so to speak, we all have our own journeys, we take the paths together. And some people light the path ahead of us, and some people, we light the path ahead for other people. And I think that there is a great need to have feedback in your life in how you're doing, and I think that would be a required course. Elective courses. Elective courses would be to introduce yourself to new things, the bucket list, so to speak, that you have been afraid to do. Like I did my rappelling and what is that thing that you go through the trees in? Oh, my mind isn't working. But, where you go through the canopy tours and stuff like that in the trees, and, swing through the trees and stuff like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that kind of thing. I think that trying new sports is good and helpful. Last year's, and it's almost a year. Yeah, it's almost a year now, right? I think it's this weekend that they did it. But last year, a year ago, Maggie Price made me try Zumba. I'm not good at it. I told her I wasn't going to be good at it. I tried it. I'm not good at it because I've got 2 left feet. But I did try it, and I think everybody should try things once in a while. My daughter and I are going to try yoga this coming week, so I've never done it. A little bit scared because, again, I'm not very coordinated, which is why running is really good for me. But I'm willing to try it, and I think that would be a good elective, is for people to try different things. Biking is a good thing. Trying different kinds of things is good and adds newness, and things don't get stale and boring. Excuse me. Another elective is, I think that recording your weight, or I mean not your weight, recording your food on a good food journal, whether it be electronic or otherwise. I think that's helpful to know what you're putting into your mouth. For me, it's always very good to record my food intake and to record my water intake. Another required course, I think, would be a cooking course for new and good things to eat that you don't normally eat, but that are that might be part of the nutritional course too. Now that I think about it, is learning how to cook things that are good, that learning to feed yourself in the sense of truly feeding yourself, not just stuffing food in there because you want to get it over with, but actually taking care of yourself, feeding yourself in the sense that you are feeding not only your body but your soul. I think that oftentimes when we are feeding ourselves, we are only doing it to get it done with and not truly trying to take care of ourselves. So a really good cooking course would be good. Good recipes, all that kind of stuff. Okay, back to the electives. I think that because we all go through body changes, I think that a really good course would be to go and see in a group. I think this would be a fun course to do, because I'm just making it off the top of my head. But go and see in a group how we all look, because I think to some extent we all kind of have body dysmorphia. I think we all do. And we don't know how we appear to other people. And almost kind of like what clothing looks good on us, what our body type looks good, what clothes look good on our body type, whether we're dressing appropriately in some respects. My kids always tell me I kind of look hippy-dippy with my hair, but I don't know. But that's a whole different video. Anyway, that kind of course I think would be really interesting. Kind of like, you know, one of those dressing makeover kind of things, but a whole course on how to make yourself look good. And choosing good clothes that accentuate your new body. That would be good. Let's see, what else? I also think that, well, I was going to say like a Fitbit club or pedometer club, but that would be under the sporty club, I think. The exercise requirement. So I think that's good. I think those courses sound fun. I think I would sign up for all of them. It kind of makes me excited just thinking about it. This kind of mystical, fictional weight loss surgery school. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, I like the idea. Makes me want to go to that school really badly. Okay, well, I've had fun talking about it. I hope that you guys have fun thinking about it yourselves this week. I'd love to hear what everybody else, not just, you know, our regular weekly people have to say, but what everybody would like to see in their own weight loss surgery school. I think that would be fun to hear from everybody. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.